Welcome back, everybody, to the Cirque Show 24/7, and this is Captain America: The Winter Soldier movie review. So let's get right into it. Alright, guys, Captain America: The Winter Soldier, starring Chris Evans, Scarlett Johansson, Anthony Mackie, Samuel L. Jackson, and Robert Redford, and Sebastian Stan as the Winter Soldier. First of all, let's get this out the way. This will be, since it's Sunday, the movie's already been out for a few days. This will be kind of a spoiler, but it's also going to be my review, so I might spoil some things here and there. But just so you know, this will be kind of spoiler-ish. So, yeah. This movie is freaking amazing. I had so much fun with this movie. It is ridiculous. I've seen this movie 3 times already. And every time I'm just amazed how good it is. First of all, I think this movie is a far more superior movie than the Avengers. I might get some hate. People might not agree with me, but overall, I think this movie is a far superior movie than the Avengers. I still like the Avengers, but I never thought. I've always liked the Avengers, the movie, but I never thought it was the be all end all of the superhero movies. I never thought it was that great, like people give it praise. I thought it was good for what it was. I thought it was excellent that it got all these characters together and it made it work. So I give it praise for that. But I never thought it was like the greatest thing on the planet Earth. But I do think this movie, Captain America: The Winter Soldier, is a superior film. It was just executed so well done. Character development, plot was very tight. It made sense. It had just the right amount of humor, but it was also it was a political, like, spy thriller movie, and I like that because with these Marvel movies, they come out there's so many of them now, and they come out every year that they kind of start to blend together, and they all kind of have the same humor and stuff. So sometimes you get kind of bored with that, and they're always good. Don't get me wrong. I've seen all the Marvel movies, and pretty much they're all really good. Well, not really good, but they're all great. You know what I mean? But this one, it just had a different swagger about it that I liked. The directors, Jay and Anthony Russo, did a phenomenal job. These guys done Arrested Development, Community. These are 2 shows that I love. Some of their episodes, like the one, I think they directed a paintball episode from Community. It's one of my favorite episodes. They did the pilot for, I think, Arrested Development. They won an Emmy for that, too. Just great things. So I was super excited when I heard that these 2 were doing it. And it just gives you, like, that hope that, Joss Whedon is not the only, like, ace up Marvel's sleeve. They got a good team right now with the Russo brothers and just their whole Captain America team. They have a good team, and I'm glad that Marvel has it, because Captain America is kind of like how Superman was for me. He was an okay superhero, but he didn't do nothing for me. He was just too goody two shoes. He was just like that Boy Scout. I mean, he's Captain America, for God's sake. He is the Boy Scout. So he wasn't that character that just stood out, especially like in the Avengers. He was good in the Avengers. He was good in his own movie, but he never stood out, because you have Thor, and he's like super big. You have Hulk, and he does like cool things, and you have like Robert Downey Jr. as Iron Man, and he just takes over like everything because he's just so charismatic. And you have Captain America just here, but this really solidified Chris Evans as Captain America for me. I think the first Captain America was the weakest out of all the first phase 1 of Marvel, but it was still good, but it was the weakest. Everybody knows that. I think it was it didn't gross the most either, but it was the weakest. But this one was really good. Like I said, that spy espionage feel to it. You have SHIELD. They're going through their situations. Nick Fury, Samuel L. Jackson, has just a great role in here. It's a lot bigger. It's a lot more amped up. He has more time to really dig deep into his character. You get a little bit of his backstory, and that's what I like. You get a little bit of all these characters' backstories, and for it to be a Captain America like movie, it's damn near a Shield movie in itself, and that's what I like about it. It balances everybody out. So you have Captain America. You know, he's going through now that he's like in this new world, and he's still that fish out of water. After the Avengers, he doesn't really have nowhere, to go. Cap or Iron Man, he can go back to Pep. Thor goes with Loki, and they do their own thing. But he doesn't really have anybody, and I like that he's basically just forced to kind of like just live with Shield and like work for Shield because he doesn't really have no other place to go, and he comes to really find out like what Shield is really about and how they run things. And he has this moral code to where he doesn't like really believe in all the things that Shield believes in. He feels like Shield doesn't give people all this hope. They trap all these people and that they don't it's not really freedom what Shield does. And Captain America is all about the the brave, the bold, and the American flag, freedom, and all that. So he's really just kind of questioning himself and like the things that he's doing, because like he's just not in the loop in certain things. And I like that about that character. It's a scene in this movie where he has a scene with Peggy, like the old version of Peggy, that will tear on your heartstrings, and that was probably one of my favorite scenes in this movie. Just very well executed, with like him talking to like old Peggy, and you can tell like she's on her last leg too. It was just very well executed, and I like that about it. You get more character development. You get to find out what happened to these people, and it picks up like beginning, middle, end, but it kicks into high gear once the Winter Soldier comes out. And man, when I tell you, that guy is a force to be reckoned with. And what I like about his character is he is a great villain, and he's a great yin or yang to Cap's yin. He's just a great counterbalance to Captain America, and that's what I like to see. And I'm glad that Marvel has another good villain. But probably now an anti-villain, or anti-hero, whatever you want to call it, from what happens towards the end of this movie. But just such a great villain to start with. And they don't have a lot of those. The only person they really have is Loki, and that is their kind of star. To be honest, Loki's more popular than Thor himself. Like, it can be the Loki show starring or like co-starring Thor, and everybody will be okay with that because he's just that well. He's so popular. But man, Winter Soldier gives Loki a run for his money. He's intimidating. He's scary. He's powerful. It's moments in this movie where you don't know if Cap's gonna make it out alive, because the fight scenes are just so well done, so well choreographed. Everything is timed right. No shaky cam. Everything looks beautiful. The backgrounds, when things are blowing up, you feel it in your soul, in your heart. You feel everything. You feel every punch, every move, whatever he does, you feel it. And he doesn't have that much. He probably has, in this whole movie, this movie's like 2.25 hours long or something like that. He only has probably a good 5 minutes of dialogue all in this entire movie, but it works for his character. And once you kind of find out what actually happened to the Winter Soldier, and you find out that he is Bucky, that's what it really gets you, because Cap, he's torn because this is his best friend. And I love the flashbacks and how they work that into this movie, and you see like that bond that they had all the way into the beginning and all the way to when Cap first lost Bucky. You see that, and so he's very torn, and you see how brainwashed the Winter Soldier is because of Robert Redford's character. And he's just you can't really talk bad about Redford, because he's just so good at what he does, and he's so used to all these spy thriller type movies, and he was just a perfect cast. And like I said, everybody played their part. Anthony Mackie, he had that comic relief, but he had serious moments, and you believe that he can he can stand toe to toe or stand next to Captain America as a friend, as an ally. And the way they use his suit is very, very cool. The way he flies, and then when he needs to use a gun, he'll kind of shut it down, and then you'll see the wings kind of retract back in, and then he'll have his hands out, and then when he's done, he can press a button and they retract back out, and then he can just start flying again. That was really, really cool. The way, just everything about this, they thought about it. When Cap throws the shield at the Winter Soldier, and the Winter Soldier catches it, and he just throws it back, and they're just playing ultimate frisbee throughout this whole entire movie, just playing the best game of ultimate frisbee. Was just so well cool. When the Winter Soldier actually has the shield in his hand, and it's a beautiful sight. Just a tear just damn near just rolled down my, just one tear just rolled down my eye, because it was just such a beautiful shot just to see him with that shield in his hand. So, everything about this movie is really good. Scarlett Johansson had a bigger part. You get to see more about her character. You get to learn more about her character. She has great chemistry with Chris Evans. So like I said, it's a Captain America movie and it's a Shield movie, and it works perfectly. This movie is a 10 out of 10, a 5 out of 5, whatever you want to do. For me, it was a perfect Marvel movie for me. Balanced the tone out really, really well with the seriousness and just a little smidgen of humor here and there. A lot of great Easter eggs were in this movie. Everything about this movie was really, really good. I'm super excited that this was my most anticipated movie of this year, and I was not let down. It's up there with some of the great superhero movies like X2, The Dark Knight, Batman Begins, Man of Steel for me. Just this movie is up there with those movies, because it was just so well done. Like I said, it is my favorite Marvel movie today. Great job with the Russo brothers. Great job, the whole Captain America team. I really enjoyed it. We have two great Easter eggs, end credit scenes. One that introduces, Scarlet Witch and Quicksilver. That was really, really cool. And you get a little hint of Doctor Strange. If you paid attention to it, you get a little hint of Doctor Strange. I think they actually say his name. And then you get the end credits with Bucky, really finding out who he is. So just everything was really, really good. And the way they're setting up Bucky right now, because as you know, Chris Evans has been a record saying that he doesn't want to be doing all these movies forever. Once his contract's done, he might be out. So if they do this right, they can put Bucky in the Captain America suit, because that is in the comics. And I'm pretty sure if they do it right, the way he portrayed, the way Sebastian Stan portrayed Bucky / the Winter Soldier, if they do it right, we're gonna have a great alternate Captain America when he gets put in that suit. I think, for my money, I think that's what they're trying to do, because he will be back in Captain America 3. And if the time does come where Captain America actually dies or Chris Evans leaves, we have Sebastian Stan as Bucky, as the Winter Soldier, possibly as the new Captain America. And I think people will love it, and I think it can work because he did such a great performance. So guys, please tell me what you thought about this episode, about this movie. Did you like it? Do you think it's the best Marvel movie? Do you agree with me? Do you disagree with me? Do you like the tone that it had? Did you like some of the plot twists? Did you like the Easter eggs? Did you like, the end credits? So please like this video, comment, subscribe, tell me what you thought. And as always, this is the Surf Show 24/7. Be easy.